Hello and welcome to this week's Live, Local and Loud with me, Kevin Gaughan. On this week's show, Lee from Prime UK Band will be chatting to the ultra-talented singer, songwriter and producer, Ro Jordan. And I'll be playing lots of homegrown music by local bands. But first of all, let's kick things off with our first Christmas song of the season, which is a brand new song, heartfelt song, written by the wonderful Siobhan Matsey. She just released it actually just a few days ago. Here's Siobhan Matsey, Here's to You, another Christmas song.
I saw you here. Now we face the winter months, and even though the time stood still this year, we breathe the cold into our lungs. What was brightest now turned blue. Be buried under snow. Coexistence at a distance is hard to bear, but in my thoughts please know you're there. Though alone I'm still here, my friend. I'll still decorate a tree. Outside will bring us home again. Find the lights and plug into inside the glass, the ones that fill you up and make you laugh. A timeline that's built to last. Though alone, I'm still here, my friend. I'll still decorate a tree. Outside will bring us home again. Hold on tight that come tomorrow we'll be on the other side. Oh, we can get through, 'cause I got you. We'll survive these holiday blues. So until then, here's to you and Christmas song. You don't have to sing along. Though alone, I'm still here, my friend. I'll still decorate a tree. The lights inside you brings me home again. So until then,
That was the amazing vocals of Siobhan Matsey and Here's to You, in brackets, another Christmas song. Now we're going to hear from a very colourful band, colourful by name, colourful by nature, and certainly colourful in their performances. But unfortunately, alas, they're no longer with us, so it seems anyway. I last saw them in, I think it was 2017 at Simon Says Festival in sunny Leicester, in the De Montfort Hall and Gardens, that was. Okay, so here's Ash Mammal and Polyamorous Me.
Gaps in my teeth, there leaks a song. Spend my breath wisely, I've not got long. We used to be a fantastic three. I'm not as clever as that anymore. I'm not as tactile as that anymore. Love you both, or so I'm told. I wanted you to when I was grey and old. Wanted to be polyamorous me. I'm not as clever as that anymore. You can't love people like that anymore. No.
That was Ash Mammal and Polyamorous Me. Now we're going to have a young lady who I'm not too sure if she's still performing. Her name's Caroline Wright. I know she still works at Lock 42 rehearsal rooms. I last saw her at Handmade Festival in Leicester in 2016. So here's Caroline Wright and You Know. Now we're going to hear from a band that are still around, although under a new name, or under a different name. They've been around for a few years under this name. They're now called Arcades. Used to be called Casino Empire. We had them on the show. We had Tommy from Arcades on the show a couple of weeks, maybe a month or so ago. So here's one of their older songs when they were Casino Empire and She Loves. That was Casino Empire and She Loves. They now go under the name of Arcades. And now it's time for this week's interview where Lee from Prime UK Band chats to the ultra-talented Ro Jordan.
I'm Lee Heir from Live, Local and Loud, and today I am with the soul singer Ro Jordan and producer and mixer and multi-talented lady that she is. So how are you today, Ro? Are you well?
I'm not too bad, thank you very much. And I love that intro. This, that, the other.
Well, you know, we've got to have everything in there, haven't we?
We'll check it off the list, don't we?
So you've been working quite hard on the music projects lately.
Yeah, it's been like this latest project in particular. This has been the most strenuous in terms of using all my skill sets to kind of pull it together, because it's quite a complex arrangement that I tried to achieve with it. But yeah, I've been putting a lot more of myself into my music of late. So I hope that showcases it and comes through when you listen to the music. But yeah.
So obviously shortly we're going to play the brand new single, and which has got a video online as well, Been Here Before. And so how did the song come about then? What's the theme behind it? Okay,
so I started remotely with this idea of, you know, the back and forth within a relationship that not a lot of people like to talk about in songs from one perspective. You usually have a song like that and have a collaboration where you have one artist singing one point of view and the other point of view. But this one, I wanted to sing it with this idea of that I get your point of view. So I'm going to sing that as well. I'm going to let you know that I do get that, but I'm also going to let you know that I understand mine, and I'm coming to terms with the idea of a constant, you know, back and forth between there's no remorse in a relationship. This relationship is not allowing me to grow as a person. They keep shutting these doors and I'm trying to get out of this, what feels like it's becoming unhealthy. So that was the idea I wanted to go with, the narrative primarily. And then it turned into something very dramatic, even more so than that concept, because obviously that sounds quite deep. But I just wanted to try and challenge myself in arranging something rather orchestral and atmospheric, which I hadn't done before that I'd released. I'd done similar projects, but not to the ability that I was able to come to with this song, which took a long time. It didn't just happen overnight. People are like, oh, how long did this song take? And I'm like, yeah, it didn't take like a week or something. I worked on this for a long time.
Some songs just come together quite quickly, don't they? And some songs just take that building and kind of, you know, especially vocal based material.
Exactly. And I wanted this song to be not just based solely on the vocals. I wanted you to hear everything like that, but because it's such a vocal song, like it does take longer to perfect it or to hear it in the producer's ears, which I am obviously of this song as well. So it's like I'm my own worst critic. I'm like, no, that doesn't work. No, this doesn't work. And until it does, it takes a while, but yeah.
You've also got the video's also got quite interesting to it as well. So I'll talk about that in a second. We'll play the song, and then we can have a chat about how the video came about and things like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Been Here Before by Ro Jordan. Enjoy.
Testament to what we're told. This world I've lived alone, getting back to what I used to know. Even when my defense is down, a broken glass is broken now. Clear as crystal, not so crystal clear. We go back and forth, you're always closing doors. I know it hurts you when I leave. Out of my depth, your ego is fed. We've been here before. We've been here before. We've been here way that this is killing me. You left me weak, heard a woman cry. And even after all these years, advice becomes a souvenir. So leave me now as I say goodbye. We go back and forth, you're always closing doors. I know it hurts you when I leave. Out of my depth, your ego is fed. We've been here before. We've been here before. We've been here before. Am I out of my head? Would you play roulette? The winner takes it all. We've been here before. We've been here before. Oh, oh. Oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Correct against the wall, she wouldn't open. Watch me fall, watch me fall. Out of my depth, your ego is fed. We've been here before. We've been here before. We've been here before. Am I out of my head? Would you play roulette? The winner takes it all. We've been here before. We've been here before.
We are live, local and loud. That was Been Here Before by Ro Jordan, who I'm with today. And so how did the video come about to that particular track then? It's got the underwater theme to it, hasn't it? And
Yeah, this video, like no other, came to me like so visually representative. I had everything in my mind already, which usually I don't for a video. It takes a while for it to pan out and me to discover why I want a certain theme running throughout it. But this one, it was like I wanted to do something very cinematic and out of the box, or in a box in this case, because I'm in a tank. Some of the video, that part where I'm underwater was meant to represent the submersive character that I've become within this narrative, and that I felt like I was sinking, and I could the only breaths that I could breathe were in a different space now. They weren't in the same air that I was breathing with this other person. We were in two different places. And the director of the video, Lewis M. Jordan, he basically had this idea of there being ruins in the background representing the broken parts of me, but yet I'm still standing within them. And I think that works really well because it's that contrast between you can feel undoubtedly broken in something like this, or in a world like this at the moment even, but you're still present, you're still here somehow, and there's some strength that comes with that pain, and that's the growth that you eventually get from coming out of a situation like that. So yeah, I mean, the underwater part was scary.
The underwater part, yeah. How did you work that one then? Are you a natural swimmer?
I mean, I can swim. I'm no diver, so that was probably a daunting aspect for me. I think it would be for anyone though. You know, natural instinct would kick in and just be like, this doesn't feel right. I know some crazy people that would probably enjoy that, but yeah, some. I don't know any of them. But yeah, it was fun, but now I look back on it and I was like, I was terrified at the time, thinking it was going to be this new experience. But yeah, it couldn't have been an expendable part of the video. Like, it's part of what makes the song for me. When you see that visually, that's what I had in my head the whole time. And I was like, how are we going to, structure this? How am I going to be underwater? And we found a place in Nottingham called Tank Space. And yeah, what you see is what you get. I'm in a tank.
fantastic. It works brilliantly well. And also the next track that we're going to play as well has got a fantastic video to it, which I was like really enjoying the other day when I watched it. And it's this is the collaboration with the Leicester band Oceans Apart, who Ash hired on a little while back, and which is called Breathe. And the video to this kind of starts out with the band, which really made me laugh last night when I watched it again. The band are kind of drenched from the very start of the video, which kind of
god, yeah, it was a hell of a day. But
then you pop up with absolutely like perfect makeup and not really.
I mean, you say that, but it wasn't that perfect. I mean, I was pretty much drenched from the start. I think it's just because part of it we filmed in slow motion as well, so you almost don't see it until they were already drenched. I was drenched like within 2 minutes in.
Well, I like the fact that you came in like perfectly made up for a second. I thought, is she going to stay like this the whole video? And then you got absolutely drenched about 30 seconds, 40 seconds in, which did give me a chuckle.
Yeah, I would have just had the umbrella over me the whole time. I was like, no, I'm not having rain on me. No, thank you.
Should have just done the Eva thing from the beginning. Say, right, I'm just going to stand here with an umbrella and watch exactly. You lot get. So this is the track. We'll play this one now, and we can talk about your future collaborations shortly. And this is Breathe with Oceans Apart, and it's Ro Jordan.
Trying to tell you, but I don't know how to tell you. Maybe I just need to breathe. Can't you just open up and say the words you want to me? Come bring your world up onto me. I don't know how to begin, even if I wanted to. Words they creep into my chest just like they wanted to. These days get darker and it's harder to get through to you. Well, baby, I just need to breathe. I could give you space, swallow my words and pride, bottle up reasons to stay. I guess I'm just the loving kind. Oh, baby, I just need to breathe. On the sleepless nights and then the pointless fights, but baby, we just need to breathe. And all the tears I cried, and all the tears that you cried, well, baby, we just need to breathe. Oh, baby, I just need to breathe. You see the pain in my eyes, you know I tried to disguise, well, baby, we just need to breathe. Is my love just a lie with every feeling that's fine? Well, baby, I just need to breathe. Ooh, tell me, is there something I could do to persuade you back after all of that? I just need to breathe. Forgive in to our mistakes, and we'll share the blame. No more empty frames. Oh, so tell me where we're at. Tell me where we're at. Oh, I don't wanna lose you. No, I love the way you lie, and I see it in your eyes. Give me space, I'll give you time. Oh, baby, I
I'm Lee Heir from Prime UK Band, and today I'm with Ro Jordan, and we just played the track Breathe, which you collaborated with the local band Oceans Apart. How did that collaboration come about?
It was quite a special collaboration, actually, because we are both under the bracket of like BBC introducing artists, and we had both heard each other on the radio and admired. I think we admired. No, we did. I definitely admired their work. They've told me they admire mine through social media. We'd never met, and then we had this Gigs in the Gardens last year in August, I believe, which was at De Montfort Hall, and it was represented by BBC Introducing. So they performed their set, I performed mine. Again, we didn't meet on the day, but we saw each other's sets, but we didn't talk in person. And after seeing each other perform, Kyle, the producer and drummer, messaged me saying, "We saw your set, we love your voice, we love your sound," which is completely different to their sound. So I was quite surprised about that, and I really appreciated it, because you don't get a lot of people from another genre, you know, admiring so vividly another's. So he messaged me with this idea. He was like, "I think your voice is perfect for this song we've got in mind, and we need a female vocalist, and you've got this, although you don't do this style of music, you've got this edge in your voice." And so I was like, yeah, sure, send it over. Apprehensive at first, for sure, because they do alternative rock. I, at the time, did hip hop. I do more pop R&B now. So, yeah, I was looking forward to hearing it. And then first time I heard it, I was like, this is something special. I think you just know when you hear a song, and if you start humming a melody or you have lyrics within the first couple of seconds, you know that it's going to fit like a glove. And that's what it did, and that's how it came about. And I pretty much recorded my vocals and I wrote my lyrics within the first like time of hitting record. I kid you not, because I just felt the song so much, and they've written such and produced such a beautiful song. And then I sent it to Kyle, and there was no back and forth with like, oh, we need to change this, we need to change that. We were like, how does this work first time? You know, it's unheard of. And that's when we knew, you know, this is a good song, and it means a lot to us. And obviously the video's done really well as Been Here Before. They're both quite similar in the sense of their dark pop influence. So I like that continuity, and I'm so glad the boys had me on the song. It's lovely to be recognised for a genre that you're not even sure you're comfortable with at first, but I love it. The song's beautiful.
Our guitarist Chris was playing the same day with a singer called Mason Bailey, actually, at the Western gig as well. And but just in terms of the obviously the track that you did with them, do you feel like that kind of darkness or that element of music seeped into the new songs, or were the new songs already written around the same time, or you just felt like it came around at the right time, would you say?
It came around at the right time, for sure. I have still a lot of songs that I've already recorded with that sort of sound, and I did that this same time they sent me it. So I was moving into a different era anyway for my artistry myself. So I definitely think it came at the right time. This particular song, Been Here Before, my latest single, you can hear the transition of it, you know, the influence you'd hear, but it's not necessarily that it was an influence. It's just the fact that I'd already written a song like it because I wanted to try something new.
Yeah.
And obviously they got me to try something new with them, and it went really well. So I was like, oh, I'll put this one out as well now, seeing as people seem to like that side of my voice, I guess, or production. I don't know, but and the songs for me, they have a timeless quality to them that previous works of mine not necessarily did have, because I think they speak more commercially to any demographic. It's not just bracketed to one genre, which I really enjoy. And you can listen, they're the type of songs you can listen to on repeat for me. And they've got that darkness to them, which is pretty cool in itself. So
with you doing the production side of things yourself, or the songwriting side of things, and the vocals, yes. I don't know if you use other backing singers on different tracks, but would you think
make my life a lot easier? But no.
A lot less, just leave it to them and just leave it alone.
That, and I'll just put that in the background.
You might get a bit more sleep at night then.
Yeah, probably.
You were just saying earlier you're a night owl and everything like that. But so do you think you're going to go in that direction then in the future? What do you feel is the next step in 2021 for your next material?
I'm hoping, just experimenting with different kind of material and seeing what works best for me. Not necessarily what people warm to so much, but just what feels right at the time, like these songs did. And it was obviously better when I got the adulation that I did for these songs, but that wasn't why I put them out at the time. I was just like, it felt right. But as a producer in 2021, I hope to collaborate with more artists if I can. And as a songwriter, I take a lot of pride in being a songwriter and producer. I separate that from the artistry. And I think it's important to do that, because then you can get collectively confused in yourself as who you are. Who are you doing this for? Who are you writing this for? So I try to use it as I'm like a different person as a producer, and I'll be like, yeah, I'll see if she likes that. And I'm talking to myself, and I'm like, yeah, I do. But yeah, I enjoy it more than I thought I would. I never thought I'd be able to produce. That's one thing I've always kind of carried with me as I've been learning. I mean, I've been producing for about 3 years now, 3.5 years, but solely for myself for the last 1.5 years. As I said, I think I previously mentioned to you that I've worked with other producers in the past, and I still wish to work with them in the future. I just think I was trying to discover myself as a producer this time. And I like being in control of my music, because if I'm writing it and no one's having an input on the lyrics, I like to make sure they're carried through in the way that I'm hearing it in my head, rather than what someone might expect. So yeah.
Also, you also get, I think a lot of the time you get the most respect for the getting your whole vision down on the track, rather than too many outside sources, just trying to second guess what people want rather than what you actually want. And I think that's the key, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not like searching for the respect of that. I think you're right in saying, like, you get notoriety for being in control of that music, but you're not searching for that. It just makes you feel more together as an artist, in that you are in control of what you're writing, and that's special in my opinion.
I'm a huge fan of a band called Mercury Rev from the 90s, and and the front man of that was just about to pack it all in. He wasn't having the not necessarily commercial success, but like big success that he wanted, and he was just about to pack it in, probably going to get dropped from his label or whatever. And he just said, right, I'm going to put my entirety of myself into this last recording, or whatever the case may be, do whatever I want to do, and it ended up being the most successful thing that he ever did, and then carried on for years after, and with a massive following. So
that's honestly what tends to happen. The songs that you, even though they're special to you, but you pour everything into it, when you're just about to either take a break, a lot of the times, like when I put out a song and I'm just like, I need a break now, not from working on that, but just trying other things, and then it becomes the most successful at the time, and I'm like, right, okay, very weird, maybe I should go to that place more often where I'm like, nah, this isn't for me. Oh my god, this song has done so well. But it's nice when that happens, but I don't search for that. But I think it happens that way in most cases, just because that's the way it works. It's when you least expect it.
Well, I do wish you the very best of luck with the new music in 2021, as well as the current video being here before. And if anybody wants to check out the music online, it's Ro Jordan Official on the majority of things, on Facebook, Instagram, etc. I do wish you the best, and thank you very much for joining me today, Ro.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
That was a fascinating little interview there where Lee from Prime UK Band was chatting to the ultra-talented singer, songwriter, producer, etc., Ro Jordan. It was fascinating to hear about the imagery behind the song, her latest song, and the video that she did for it, as well as hearing about their collaboration with Oceans Apart. As Lee said, we chatted to Ash from Oceans Apart probably a couple of months ago now. If you'd like to hear that interview or any other of our interviews, then you can just have a look at musicinleicester.co.uk. Where you'll also find a review of Ro's latest song, Been Here Before. So if you want to see what Music in Leicester thought about it, then check out www.musicinleicester.co.uk. Now we're going to hear from a young man who was on the show a couple of weeks ago. His name's Harry Pentony. He used to be lead guitar in various popular bands around Leicester. In fact, still is. However, he's now doing his own solo project as well, which the lockdowns have given him some extra time to deal with that, get that up to speed. So here's one of the songs from his solo project. Here's Harry Pentony and Truth.
Standing tall, now you see. I'm not sitting around under your mouth. Bring back those times we were free to do and say what we like. It's the time now. Was it really meant to be? How did this come about now? Did I seem to really think I was blind, waiting to be free, waiting to be free, waiting to be free, waiting to be free. Just telling you the truth. Ever degrading, I'm not taking your advice anymore now. Surrendered my patience within. This vibe ain't suiting my lifestyle. The joke's on you, not me. I was blind, waiting to be free. Just telling you the truth.
That was Harry Pentony's solo project and Truth. Just a quick search on musicinleicester.co.uk revealed that his previous bands were Vengeance, where he might have started off on actually. Vengeance, that was quite a few years ago. God, that was about 7 or 8 years ago. And then The Reckless Youth, and also now he's in Our City Fires. So that's Harry Pentony. Don't forget, if you want to look up anything to do with the local music scene, including gigs or live streams that are on at the moment or coming up, you could do worse than to look in www.musicinleicester.co.uk. Now it's time for something a bit heavier now, as we hear from Codex Leicester, another band who unfortunately are no longer with us, but they take their name, according to their Facebook page, they were formed in 2010, and they take their name from a collection of largely scientific writings by Leonardo da Vinci, which happens to be the most expensive book in the world, called the Codex Leicester. So here's Codex Leicester and Strong Like a Bull. No, sorry, Strong Like Bull. That was Codex Leicester and Strong Like Bull. And that brings us to the end of another week of Live, Local and Loud with me, Kevin Gaughan. If you'd like to find out anything more about the local music scene, you can check out www.musicinleicester.co.uk. You'll also find a very handy gig guide in there, which at the moment hasn't got so many gigs in. However, there's a number of venues, certainly in Leicester, that are doing live streams. So they're allowing bands to perform in their venues, and then they're being streamed on the internet. So you can find out about those by looking in our gig diary. So it's all there. So that's www.musicinleicester.co.uk. I hope you enjoyed this week's show. Have a great week, and I'll see you next Thursday, 5 o'clock here at Hermitage FM.